morning. What can I get started for you?
Hello, can I get like a half calf vanilla iced latte?
What size?
Grande, please.
Anything else?
That'll be all.
$6.61 at the window.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Do you want a straw over your latte?
Yes, please.
Give us just a moment, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, you're all set.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Thanks.
Can you put this in there?
Very quick moment.
I know. Alright, we got the goods. Now we can officially get on this road trip. Hello, welcome to our Airbnb. So we got in yesterday. We made a really good time. We got in about 4:30, so the drive wasn't too bad at all. We stopped once for lunch, so that was really good. And then we went grocery shopping. We spent way too much at Whole Foods for just a couple of things. And then, as always, you forget a few things. So we have to go back to the store today, get like paper towels, and I think we're gonna pick up a crock pot. We do have a full kitchen here, but also want the crock pot, make some meal prep go a little easier. I had my doctor's appointment at 7 o'clock this morning, so I was so nervous going into it. I haven't like slept great the last 2 nights, just like anticipating everything. And as it said on the schedule that they gave me, it's possible that your lining won't be thick enough on the first monitoring appointment, so I might have to go back for a second one. And that was true today. My lining was a bit thin. I'm thinking, based on their reactions, it was thinner than they anticipated, but they didn't give me like the measurements it was compared to like what they're looking for. So I'm really intrigued to see where I need to be at and what the growing time is for that. So I am on the 6 doses of S-trays. I take 2 orally 3 times a day, and they did call me after my appointment to let me know I need to up it to 1 more tablet, and that will be a vaginal insertion. So I'll be on 7 S-trace pills, and then I go back on Friday for another monitoring appointment to see where my uterine lining is. Now, if you watched my other video, you've seen that my progesterone levels were high. They did not let me know what those levels were. I can check back on the portal tomorrow night. It takes about 48 hours to post. So I could check tomorrow, but I did message her, my nurse, and I was like, hey, what was my progesterone level? So we'll see if she gets back to me, because I am curious to see about that. And then also to help with lining, I read to have avocados daily, and that will help. I was having them sporadically while I was home, but I didn't want it to be like too thick, my lining, or I didn't know if I could mess with my progesterone level, so I haven't been eating them daily as I initially planned going into transfer. So I'm gonna definitely go pick those up now to help with the lining. But we're gonna go hit the gym, run some errands, and then we'll see what we get into. It is the next day, so it is the 20th. It is absolutely gorgeous out. Blue skies. I think it's like in the 60s, which is really nice because it's been in like the 40s and 50s. And so we're gonna take advantage of this really nice day, and we're gonna go on a hike. What's it called? Fletcher's Path?
That's one of the trails, but it's I forgot the name of it.
Okay, well, one of the trails is Fletcher's Path, and it has like a waterfall, and it's over the, and I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Potomac River. So that'll be really nice. Got some layers on. So I don't know how windy it's gonna be up there, but yeah. We had our coffee, our breakfast. I had an orange while I was getting breakfast ready, and then I had, what did I have? Oh yeah, and then I packed pomegranate, orange, strawberry, grapes, and almonds for a little hike snack. If I didn't say this already, all those foods I just listed is to help with my uterine lining thickness. So doing all the things, that way my numbers increase when I go in for my appointment on Friday. Today is Wednesday. All right, we're gonna go hike, and I'll show you if we can see any waterfalls. hike is finished. Hit our 4 miles, so that was fun. It was a gorgeous day, barely any clouds. It was actually hot, so I'm actually glad I had put my tank top on underneath that hoodie. Did a little bit of rock scrambling, which isn't my favorite. It's like jumping on the rocks to like cross the trail. But we did it, and yeah, got 4 miles in, trying to catch a little sun, so I'm not this pasty winter white. So, if y'all remember from our retrieval few vlogs, we went to this Black Lions Cafe. Yeah, Black Lions Cafe like every other day while we were here for retrieval. Best coffee ever out in Maryland. Anyway, so we just went today, got myself a decaf coffee after that hike, and they remembered us. So we were there for a few times. If you watch my other video, this is a recap. And they remembered our order on the day we were leaving. So like, thanks so much, but we're leaving, and we like just told them. Anyways, we went back today, and they're like, you guys were the couple that was here a few months ago from out of town. I'm like, yes, we were. So I was like, you'll see us, we'll be here for like another week or so. But so happy they remembered us, because my favorite doctor that I had for retrieval did not remember me. The clinic we go to, they do like a rotation of like who you see every day. But anyways, I seen this doctor for my first visit for the retrieval, and then he was the guy that picked the doctor. He was the doctor that picked up anytime I had to call the emergency line for like my OHSS or anything. And so anyways, we got there, and he was my doctor for my first monitoring appointment for transfer. And he was just like, hey, nice to meet you. Is this your partner? Just like deja vu from our first initial appointment with him, which I totally get. Like, they see so many IVF patients a day, plus it's a regular clinic. So a lot of familiar faces, and they're only with you for like 5 minutes. But I was just like, he didn't remember me. But it was really not cool that our coffee shop guys did. Really good coffee. Gonna go sip this. And now we're heading home. It is Friday, March 22nd. I have quite some things to update you guys on. So first, I'm wearing my IVF mommy sweatshirt. I don't know if you can see it too good because of the lighting. Got this off of Etsy, and I wore it today. You're about to slide. I wore it today for good luck, and I'm so glad I did, because we're on cloud 9 over here. But let's go back a few days. So I finally got my progesterone results in, and if you've seen my we're starting IVF video, the secret's out, that I should have been the last video that went up. You've seen that my progesterone was really high, 1.5 to 1.8 to 1.9, and it needs to be under a 1 to start estrace. But my clinic was like, you know, it could just be how the lab runs their test. It could just be reading differently than like how we test here. They're like, so come up to Maryland and we'll like test you here. Well, so glad they did not cancel the cycle, because my progesterone was 0.2. So what a crazy difference. So glad everything was actually fine. We could have started our normal date if you know, we would have tested here, but all good. We got to still come up and do the cycle, so progesterone's great. Went in today to see if my endo lining was any thicker, and it did go up slightly. They said I'm at a 7. They said some doctors cutoff is between a 7 and an 8, but she's like, my doctor said there's like no actual like cutoff that's too thin that you can transfer. And I didn't even ask what the standard is, because I'm like, if she's not concerned, we're not gonna stress over it. Like, we got this far. So she also said that based off of my egg retrieval monitoring appointments, my lining got to a 7. So she's like, that's pretty on par for where my body was at in the past, and she's not worried about it. Now, my fertility clinic does rounds on all like the IVF patients around 11 noon. So she said once she gets confirmation from all the other providers that we're good to transfer, then they'll call me with a transfer date today. So cloud 9 over here that we pretty much have the go ahead. I'm so excited. And something I did not realize that was going to happen today, we got to pick our embryo. So we have our 2 embryos waiting for us, and they are identical in terms of the grading, both day 5's AA. So she said the best grade possible. She asked if we want to know the gender, and 2, if we want to know the gender. So I'm like, no, we don't know it, and we don't want to find out today. She said no problem. She didn't even look at the gender. That way she didn't, I guess, like, you know, slip or whatever. She's like, I'm not even going to look at it. We're just going to go off of the embryo grade and we'll pick that one. So she's like, normally when they're both identical grade-wise and we're not going off of gender, we just pick the first embryo. So I went with embryo number 1, day 5, AA. So freaking exciting. So yeah, that was a great surprise to our morning, picking our little embryo. Now we're gonna head to Virginia Beach. That's where my best friend is, and we're gonna go see her for a couple days. So super excited. I'll show you what we get into with her. Hello.
Hey, Rachel?
Yes, this is her.
Hi, it's Kathy from the IVF clinic.
Hello.
Hello. So I was calling because your labs and your sonogram this morning looked great, so we were good to schedule your transfer.
Okay.
So starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., you are to take your first progesterone and oil injection.
Okay.
Okay, and that will be at 7 a.m. every single day, including the day of transfer.
Gotcha.
Your embryo transfer date is on next Thursday, the 28th.
All ready for transfer day. About getting ready for bed. So I got my PIO shot all ready, my progesterone shot. Austin's been giving it to me. I'm gonna attempt to give it to myself tomorrow. Socks and my shirt I made. Alright, I'll catch y'all in the morning. Alright, we're all ready to head into the fertility clinic. I have my M-Baby on board. Shirt I made. Got the fuzzy socks ready to go. Let's go get knocked up. To the fertility clinic. Okay. So we just got into the room, and my husband just informed me she wants to find out the gender today. I wanted to find out today, but then we decided we were going to wait until after the pregnancy test because that's what he wanted to know. So maybe we'll be the only 2 people that know what the gender is today.
Maybe, we'll see.
I just got to go ahead to drink this bottle of water because you need a full bladder for transfer. Time to check. Final guesses on what we think M-Baby is going to be implanted. I think they're going to implant a boy.
I think it could be a girl, but we'll see.
We'll be happy either way.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, we are home from Maryland. I did not record as much as I wanted to this entire trip. One, because we were trying to soak up everything, especially in the in-between phase between our monitoring appointment and transfer, because we did travel to Virginia Beach. And I just wanted to soak up all the time with our friends there that we don't always get to see that often. So yeah, that's what we did. And obviously we are now home. So we are about 3 days post-transfer. So right now, no symptoms that I know of. Being on the S-trace and progesterone, my breasts have already been tender, so that happened before transfer. So I'm not even counting that as a pregnancy symptom since it happened before transfer. I'm just gonna equate that to the medications, but I haven't had any cramping, no implantation bleeding. Kiki's joining us. which my doctor did say that it's normal to have cramping, and it's also normal not to have cramping. And she also mentioned that cramping could be implantation cramping, or it could just be cramping from the procedure. So she kind of said, don't look into anything too much, as hard as that can be. So I'm just kind of taking it day by day. We have our pregnancy test in about a week and a half. So super excited for that. The 30 ounces of water, that took like an hour for it to hit for my bladder to feel full. But then once my bladder was full, they took me into the procedure room, which was really cool because they have like, you're in like this dark room, obviously like on a normal bed with stirrups and everything. And they have like the ultrasound and the ultrasound monitor, but then on a wall next to the bed, they have a huge screen, and on that screen is where the embryologists are, right through a door, so it's like all right next door to each other. And you can see on that screen them put the embryo on like the microscope to make sure it's in the vial, and then you see them kind of suck up the embryo into the catheter. The embryologist gets like the all clear that they are ready to transfer the embryo, because the doctor and tech and everything want to be all set up. That way the embryo is in like the cold air for as little as possible. So once the embryologist got the all clear, she came in, put the catheter in, released the embryo, and then so you could kind of see like a little flash of like white on the ultrasound screen. And they're like, that's where the fluid is with the embryo. So that was pretty cool to see. And then they had me look back at the big screen on the wall, because the embryologist takes the catheter back to the lab and flushes out the catheter to make sure that the embryo actually got put into my body. That way it didn't get like stuck on the catheter, in the catheter, and you know, we just did the transfer and there's no actual embryo. So that was pretty cool to see them on the screen like actually go through all the fluid and the slide and make sure there was no embryo left. And then I thought I was going to be left for like to lay down for like 10 minutes, because that's what they do for the IUI. They kind of like let you sit there for 10-15 minutes. They set a timer, at least for my clinic, and they're like, all right, when the timer goes off, you can get dressed and then you're good to go. But when they were all done with the transfer, I kind of laid back a little bit, and the doctor was like, okay, you can get up now, you're done. And I was like, oh, I don't get to like sit here, soak it all in. So it was very rush. Didn't get to record it, which I thought I was going to, but that's okay. Me and Austin kind of enjoyed it, took it all in, soaked it all up. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you all so much for all the prayers, the positive vibes, the messages, going into transfer and then after transfer. I will say, follow my Instagram, seedsofstrength_fertility. I'll link it in the description, because that's where you'll have more of the real-time updates, since YouTube videos do take a little bit longer to update, to like edit and then get them updated. So if you want more real-time updates, go to Instagram. And then if y'all can please be patient with the pregnancy test. I did say that is going to be like another week and a half, so expect a video maybe towards the end of April for that, because we do want to be able to tell our friends and family and have that moment to ourselves, kind of have some normalcy in our fertility journey and just be able to tell our closest people that way, in a special way, instead of them finding out online. So super excited for what's to come. And if you guys have any questions, please drop them down below. If you've transferred, I would like to know how your journey went, if you want to share down in the comments. And then let me know what you did during the 2-week wait to keep yourself occupied, and if you noticed that you had any symptoms or not during your 2-week wait. If you're on this journey, I send baby dust to you, and I'll catch you in the next video.